Most people are living in denial. They cling to the idea that success should feel smooth, progress should be effortless, and that a smart strategy can solve everything. But the reality? It's far less comforting. The road to everything you want is built on truths most people aren't willing to face. These aren't sugar-coated ideas. They're hard-earned lessons, the kind that separate people who move forward from those who stay stuck. Truth number 1. Progress always comes with pain. Want to grow? Then get ready to get uncomfortable. Growth is never cozy. Whether it's building muscle, expanding a business, or breaking through personal limits, the transformation always demands some form of discomfort. Think about it. Muscle fibers tear to get stronger. Kids experience literal growing pains. Big opportunities bring big stress. High-performing athletes don't level up during chill workouts. They evolve during sessions that break them down. You simply can't want radical growth while also craving comfort. These two desires can't coexist. Truth number 2. Happiness and satisfaction are not the same thing. You can enjoy where you are without getting stuck there. There's a powerful difference between being content and being complacent. There's a Haitian proverb that says, "Behind mountains are more mountains," meaning each goal you reach only reveals the next one. I've lived this myself. Right after college, I spent 6 months hopping from gig to gig, looking for purpose. The unexpected lesson? The journey mattered more than the destination. It wasn't the results that shaped me. It was the challenge of the work itself. That's why I keep pushing even now. It's not because I need to, it's because that discomfort is where I feel most alive. Truth number 3. Most critics don't matter. Let's be honest, most people are average, in mindset, in health, in wealth. So why let them steer your life? Ordinary people won't understand extraordinary goals. In fact, your success will make some people uncomfortable because it reminds them of what they never had the courage to try. You can love your family and still realize they're not qualified to guide your dreams. If someone hasn't done what you're trying to do, their opinion doesn't hold weight. And here's the cold truth. Those critics, one day they'll be gone, and their opinions, gone with them. So why should they stop you now? Truth number 4. Focus means elimination. Real productivity isn't about doing more. It's about cutting the noise. Commitment means saying no to every option that's not aligned with your core goal. It's like climbing a wall with just 4 rungs. Most people spread those rungs across 4 walls and go nowhere. The smart move? Stack all your energy on one wall and actually make it over. I learned this the hard way. I used to juggle a freelance gig, a dropshipping store, and affiliate marketing. I was doing okay, but nothing exceptional. The moment I killed 2 and focused on one, my income doubled in 4 months. The fewer things you chase, the faster you move. Truth number 5. You have to choose your hard, fear, or regret. Change is scary, but so is staying the same. Everyone fears something, but successful people fear regret more than rejection. I'll never forget how long it took me to leave a steady marketing internship to go full-time as a freelancer. For 3 months, I paced around my apartment telling my roommate, "Next week, I swear." But the real breakthrough didn't come from confidence. It came from clarity. I imagined the worst-case scenario in detail, failing, moving back home, feeling embarrassed. But guess what? I'd survive. I could rebuild. Suddenly, the fear lost its grip. The truth is, fear lives in the abstract. Make it specific, and it usually shrinks. In most modern lives, the scariest risks are actually imagined. What people will think, how we'll feel. But those opinions, they shouldn't control your decisions anyway. Truth number 6. Persistence creates perfect timing. Most people treat life like a waiting game, hoping to time it right. But real opportunity doesn't show up for those who wait. It finds those who prepare. Picture your life as a timeline, with opportunities randomly scattered across it. You don't know when they'll show up, but if you work consistently, you'll be ready when they do. That's the difference. People think success is about luck, But luck favors those who stay in motion. Every skill you build, every project you finish, it compounds. Take someone like Elon Musk. He doesn't jump into new industries by chance. He's prepared relentlessly, building diverse skills that open doors others can't even see. Success isn't about waiting for perfect timing. It's about being so prepared that any time can become the right time. Actually, I'd love to ask, have you ever had a moment when consistent effort suddenly paid off, seemingly out of nowhere? If this message is hitting home for you, consider giving this video a like. It helps more than you think and keeps content like this coming your way. Maybe you learned a skill for months, and just when you were about to give up, the right opportunity showed up. Those moments aren't luck. They're proof of this truth. Truth number 7. Envy is a total waste of energy. The amount of brain power people spend being jealous could easily be used to build something great. But instead, they scroll, compare, and resent. It's draining. Here's the reality. No one is doing as well as they look on social media. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. Plus, winning isn't about beating other people. It's about becoming the best version of you. The real threat isn't that others will copy you. It's that no one wants to, because you're doing nothing worth copying. Instead of watching someone else live your dream, channel that energy. Focus on the version of yourself that hasn't shown up yet. That's the only comparison that matters. Truth number 8. Hard conversations create breakthroughs. Everything you want is stuck behind a conversation you don't want to have. Growth isn't just about skill building. It's about courage. Specifically, the courage to confront what you'd rather avoid. I used to be awful at this. I once moved across the country and then told my dad I'd quit my job. Not ideal. But over time, I realized something vital. Avoiding tough conversations only delays the inevitable and multiplies the cost. You're always choosing between two types of pain: short-term discomfort or long-term regret. Most people pick comfort in the moment and pain for years to come. But what if you flipped it? Chose to be brave now, so your future is lighter? That's where freedom lives. Truth number 9. Endurance is the master skill. You want to know what separates those who win from those who quit? It's not talent. It's the ability to endure. I tell every new entrepreneur the same thing. Your first job isn't to be brilliant. It's to survive. When I started my first serious business, I had $3,000 in savings. I spent $2,500 on gear, leaving me with $500 and no backup plan. No ads, no team, no runway, just pressure. And that pressure, it made me sharp. I didn't have the luxury to waste time or money. I learned to produce real value. I became more efficient, and I endured. That's the thing. Constraints don't just limit you, they force you to grow. You'd be amazed what you can do when failure isn't an option. Throughout history, humans have endured far worse with far less. Why? Because they had no choice. When your back is against the wall, you stop making excuses and start making progress. Truth number 10. Results always beat excuses. You might have every reason in the world not to succeed. Maybe your background, your environment, your lack of support, and maybe that's valid. But it doesn't change this. It's still your problem. There's a quote that changed everything for me. It's not your fault, but it's still your responsibility. Think about that. You can either work with what you've got or spend your life explaining why you couldn't. And here's the kicker. The only person who truly believes your excuses is you. Everyone else just nods politely and moves on. Deep down, you know when you could have done more. That voice inside, that's the real judge. So, I live by a motto: do what's required, not your best. What's required? Because often, what's required is more than your current best. Truth number 11. The hard way is the only way. Here's the twist. What looks like the easy way is usually the longest, most frustrating path of all. Everyone's looking for hacks, shortcuts, and loopholes. But the moment a real shortcut is discovered, it becomes the standard. Think about tying shoelaces. At one point, that was revolutionary. Now, it's just basic life knowledge. The hard things, those that require consistency, sacrifice, and discipline, are often the only route to meaningful results. And it's rarely just one massive obstacle. It's 100 small, boring, difficult steps taken again and again over weeks and months. There are different types of hard: giving up comfort, doing what you don't feel like, risking loss, or dealing with uncertainty. The better you get at handling all of them, the faster you move. Truth number 12. Don't give away your power. If something offends you, controls you, or limits you, chances are you're handing it power over your life. Whatever you blame owns you. I used to believe my rocky childhood made it impossible to have healthy relationships. But then I realized every time I used that as an excuse, I was letting my past dictate my future. I was saying, that event from a decade ago still decides who I am today. But here's the kicker. We often sabotage ourselves, not because we're weak, but because we secretly want to prove someone wrong. Like, I'll fail just to show my parents they messed me up. But that only hurts you. Real freedom starts when you take responsibility, even for things that weren't your fault. Yes, your disadvantages are real. But so what? What matters is what you do now. Truth number 13. Rejection or regret. Pick one. Here's a brutal choice. Get rejected now or live with regret forever. There's no third option. Everyone faces rejection. It's a requirement for success. It's built into the process. I love the line, "Greatness rejects all first-time applicants." Think about it. How many rejections did you face before landing your current job? Or before getting that one yes that changed everything? Building anything worthwhile, especially a business, requires a deep tolerance for being told no. Champions don't win because they love winning. They win because they hate losing more than they fear rejection. And they expect to win because they've prepared harder than anyone else. Truth number 14. Consistency beats talent every time. You can outwork nearly anyone if you just stick with something long enough. Talent matters, sure, but consistency builds momentum, and momentum wins. Most people never reach their potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they quit too soon. The crazy part? You can become competent at almost anything in just 20 hours of focused practice. The problem is, most people wait years before logging their first hour. What stops them isn't difficulty, it's discipline. Real growth happens when you show up even when nothing seems to be happening. When you keep pushing with zero applause, I've had people tell me I'm good at content and communication, but they didn't see the early days, when my work was awkward, cringeworthy, and mostly ignored. I kept posting, kept writing, kept improving. By the time the audience came, I wasn't nervous anymore, because I'd already failed in silence hundreds of times. That's how overnight success really works. Truth number 15. Shamelessness is your secret weapon. If you want to change your life, especially financially, you've got to drop your shame. Send the cold emails. Reach out to people who intimidate you. Apply for jobs you're underqualified for. Ask for the opportunity. I remember when I was chasing my first big client, I sent over 200 personalized messages in 2 weeks. My friends thought I was desperate. But 3 replies turned into 1 client, and that client paid me more in 3 months than my old job did in 6. Shame is a trap. It's often invented by people who already have what you want to stop you from taking action. What exactly are you embarrassed about? Trying? That's not logical. Every attempt has an asymmetric payoff. Worst case, you get rejected and learn something. Best case, you get the shot you've been dreaming of. Either way, you move forward. The world gives you unlimited attempts. Use them. And now, here's the final, uncomfortable, but powerful truth. Most people will never act on what you just heard. They'll keep chasing comfort, making excuses, and waiting for perfect conditions that never come. But if you've made it this far, you're not most people. You have a choice. You can accept these truths, act on them, and create an unfair advantage for yourself, or you can pretend they don't apply to you and stay right where you are. The people who succeed aren't the smartest or the most talented. They're simply the ones who accept reality sooner and take action. So ask yourself, which step are you ready to take next? And if you're serious about leveling up, don't forget to subscribe. This channel is all about giving you the raw truths most people won't say out loud.